This is the story of how I became homeless in Spain. This was the plan. Fly to Spain, reunite with my LOML, spend the next 2 weeks looking for an apartment, and then be set by the time I start my new job as an English teacher. Sounds easy, right? Well, so we make a few calls and go to our first apartment, which is beautiful and is in the perfect location. But then I hear these 3 words that I will come to dread for the next 3 weeks. Nóminas de España. ¿Tienes nóminas de España? ¿Tienes nóminas de España? ¿Tienes nóminas de España? Sorry. So what are nóminas de España? Basically, they're just your payroll from a job you've had in Spain. At the time, I had literally been in the country for only about a week, so I didn't have any freaking nóminas de España. And my work contract was not sufficient enough for them to be able to sign with us. So we just constantly call place up, go to showings, and everything would seem perfect. And then they would ask us, ¿Tienes nóminas de España? And then we would get denied every single time. Eventually, we had to move out of Kyra's apartment because her lease was up. And then we just hopped from hotel to Airbnb to hotel to Airbnb. We do that for about 2 weeks until we eventually started to run out of money. Okay, I'm going to document today because today we're moving out of our Airbnb, trying to find apartments. We've been trying to find an apartment for like 2 weeks now, right? We're homeless. Last time I didn't record all this because of all the chaos, but honestly, it would have made for a good video, so I'm gonna try to record it again. Homelessness part 2. And eventually we have to check out of the current Airbnb we're in. And there's one last apartment that we have been banking on. Our roommate was the only one available to go for a showing, and Kyra had some paperwork meeting, for being foreigners in Spain. So I was left alone to watch all of our belongings and the dog. And I sort of just had to just find a place to chill because I had nowhere to go. At this point, I was homeless. But I have Briz here. Hey, Briz. So I sat down on the bench nearby and just waited. Uncertain of where I would sleep that night, I started thinking to myself, well, it can't get much worse, right? Fuck, it's raining. Briz, it's raining. Oh, what did you have in your mouth? I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have nowhere to go. Alright, Briz, let's try to find some shade. Not some shade. Let's try to find a tree to hide under. Okay, I got some cover from the rain. I think we're gonna be fine, Briz. The water is officially creeping in. Well, it's already in here. Briz, get off the water. Come on, get on the bench. So there I was, trying to stay dry. There's water coming through the roof. And I vividly remember this moment debating whether I should move back to the US or not because I was running out of money and I was running out of options on where to stay. Just got a text from one of my roommates, potential roommate. I mean, we don't really have a place. The place that we were waiting on to hear from, they're renting it out to someone else. I think I'm about to have a little bit of a breakdown because I'm just so freaking tired. And I think it'd be so hard to find a place in Spain, to rent out a place. I've never had so much trouble getting someone to take my money. And that was it. I had felt defeated. This felt like the end. I took a leap of faith and it felt like I failed before I even started. I seriously didn't know what I was gonna do. I couldn't afford to keep jumping from Airbnb to hotel. And I had already started work as an English teacher, so it made trying to find an apartment during the day just that much more difficult, especially because I commute outside of the city. So then Kyra gets back from her appointment and we decide to get one last hotel to figure out what we're gonna do. But the universe really wanted to put us through a test that day. We're gonna go to the hotel. Well, I'm gonna go to the hotel, but dogs are not allowed in this car, so I'm gonna take our stuff to the hotel, and Kyra's about to embark on a, how long of a walk is it?
Hour and 40 minutes.
Hour and 40 minutes to the hotel. Are you ready? How are you feeling, Kyra?
Helpless.
We did. We just cried for like maybe like an hour ago while we were at the park.
But I got my
Great.
tia. I'm legal.
I made it to the hotel, but Kyra's phone is dying on her walk here, and now I just gotta go meet her halfway because if her phone dies, she doesn't know how to get here, and she's gonna be stranded. So yeah, life just keeps getting easier. And this led me to trekking through the middle of agricultural Valencia, Spain. We're in the middle of nowhere, Spain, with Kyra's luggage that is all muddy, and Briz is in the grass. Now we're just walking back to the airport. Yay, Spain. Today might be the day. Today might be the day. One of the place we heard from yesterday, that rejected us, might be able to sign with us now. So it is like 8:45, and we're heading over there to go see the place. I don't know how it's happening, but we might be able to get the place, or we might get kidnapped. We don't know. We'll see. We don't really know exactly what changed because they gave us a hard no. To this day, we're still kind of just convinced that this realty agent was just in love with our roommates and pulled some strings and got that apartment available for us. So we go see this apartment the next day, and it's beautiful, and it's a little bit out of our budget, but we didn't have any more options. It was either that or pack up and leave the country. After about a week of working out some of the kinks with the lease through a language barrier and them having to ready up the apartment to legally rent it out, we finally had a home. Nice.
Maybe in 5 years.
We did it, guys. This was easily one of the most challenging times in my life. It really kicked my ass. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful I got through it. I'm grateful that I experienced it. I'm grateful of the lessons I learned along the way. I'm grateful that I had a loving partner with me through it all. And this is one of those things that just really makes you feel like, if I can get through this, I can get through anything. It feels just so good finally having the apartment. And even though we're gonna be sleeping on the floor, I'll take it. Also, this whole experience just gave me a newfound respect for my grandparents because they also immigrated to another country, and they actually did just build a whole new life out there. And even though I'm just starting out here, I can tell you it is not easy. Especially with them not speaking any English. At least I spoke enough Spanish to get by here, even though it's weird Spain Spanish here. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you for listening to my story. I appreciate you. You're awesome. You're capable. And if you're ever doubting yourself, just remember that if this former No Sabo kid can legally get himself a home in Spain, you can do anything. Alright, peace. You guys look like you have a body.